For this section, still kind of in the preparation and thought process portion of this, I want to pull up an existing website. I've selected BMW for a couple of reasons. BMW is a major international company. They kind of specialize in design and everything that they do, and they have essentially almost unlimited money to spend on development of things like their websites. So, it's a pretty good site to, look for good web design. And the first principle that we want to talk about is navigation, because this really is, kind of the number one thing in web design. You can have the world's most beautiful website and, have all kinds of images on there that are beautiful, and if people cannot find their way around it, or they get frustrated looking for things that they can't find, then it's ultimately going to be unsuccessful. And so, almost all websites have a navigation bar. They may have logos, they may have links to where you can log into other things, they may have search functions, they may have stores, but they lay those out in some way. And that way needs to be intuitive for the user. It needs to be easy. It needs to not confuse them, right? Wayfinding is very important here. So we've got a basic navigation bar up here. Currently, we can say that all vehicles has been selected. And so, every vehicle that they make is all the way down through here. Now notice that they have limited this page. You can only go down so far and then it stops. You could have a page that just goes on and on and on and on, and you just keep scrolling down, and you could put a lot of information on there, but it's going to make that information hard to find. So you don't want pages that you can just scroll endlessly down to the bottom. It makes it hard to find. What we need to do is break up the content into distinct categories and give each one of those categories a name that people are going to understand so that they can go directly to where they want to go. Let's say I'm coming to this site and I want a convertible. I'm not interested in this SUV or this one, and I don't want to scroll through all of these until I find, which one that I think I might want. Plus the fact that convertibles can go over multiple categories. So I come down to the sedans. I've got 3 series, I've got 4 series, I've got 5 series, etc. And each one of these may have a convertible model. Right? This one is clearly a convertible, the Z4. But what if I want to see all the convertibles? I don't want to have to go and click on each of these and find the convertible option. So they have given me a button just for convertibles. And so I can click on that, and it shows me. Here are all the convertibles that BMW makes. Likewise, if I'm just interested in sport utility vehicles, which BMW calls sport activity vehicles, SAVs, I can just go to those, right? I can skip all of the, other types of vehicles, and what we have here is a button in the navigation bar, right? This little click-on item is called a button, and then we have a gallery that it leads to, and the gallery shows us all the options for the SAVs, and then what we call a rollover state. The fact that that little background changes to white tells us that this has something behind it, and this has become pretty much universal web language. So if you roll over something and it changes, we've got the rollover state, that gets darker. Rollover state, this gets this white background. That tells you you can click and something will go there, or something rather will be there for you to see. And so this takes us then specifically to a page just for the X1. And it further has more menu bars that take us to other pages to tell us the specific qualities or the specific elements of this vehicle. So, up at the back, or rather up at the top, we have got another menu bar that we can use to navigate just the features of this page. So you can see that these things are nested, but they have taken one approach. A top menu bar with buttons that take you to various parts, and they repeat that on each page. So they don't change it up between pages, because that's going to confuse their viewer, and they want to keep everything, right where you expect it to be based on the page that you were just looking at. So this actually takes us back to the home. This is where they have their promo items, where they have special features and things like that. And we'll talk about the home page just a little, but keep all these navigation elements in mind, because they are pretty much absolutely key for guiding people through your website.